Did you know that, according to statistics from the National Institutes of Health (NIH), 1 in every 4 people over the age of 60 will experience memory issues or a minor stroke within the next 5 years? What is truly alarming is that many of these cases happen at night, during sleep, with no warning signs at all. As a brain doctor, I have met many patients who claim they lived a healthy lifestyle, did not smoke, and ate in moderation, but upon closer examination, I discovered that certain foods that seemed harmless in their breakfast or dinner were actually the culprits behind clogged brain vessels. After the age of 60, the body no longer processes food the way it did when we were younger. Even one small habit, repeated daily, can become the tipping point for a silent stroke. In this video, I will help you understand which eating habits are quietly harming your brain and suggest simple alternatives that you can easily apply at home. Which country are you watching this from? Leave a comment below. And make sure to watch until the end, because there is a simple but highly effective tip waiting just for you. When you pass the age of 60, something quiet begins to happen inside your body that not everyone notices. The brain and the blood vessels that support it slowly start to weaken day by day. Tiny capillaries that deliver oxygen and nutrients to areas of memory, emotion, and movement begin to shrink and lose their flexibility. At the same time, your blood tends to become thicker and flow more slowly, making it harder to nourish the brain. The older you get, the higher your risk of forming blood clots, especially at night when your body is still and your circulation reaches its lowest point. The concerning part is that most of this damage does not show any immediate symptoms. It happens quietly, little by little, every single day. You might just forget a familiar name, feel slightly disoriented while shopping, or have trouble falling into deep sleep. And you may think these are just normal signs of aging, but in reality, they could be early warning signs of chronic brain hypoperfusion. According to a study from Harvard, blood flow to the brain can decrease by up to 20% after the age of 60, especially in those who are less active or do not eat properly. What makes this more serious is that many common foods are silently making this condition worse each day, without you even realizing it. So what are those foods? Food number 1, processed meats, Mr. Joe. Age 72, is a retired school principal who remains sharp and energetic. He came in for a checkup because his left hand felt slightly numb, and he described feeling foggy after a night of restless sleep. The MRI results shocked both him and his family. His brain had just experienced a silent mini stroke during the night. When we reviewed his eating habits, I discovered a seemingly harmless preference. Every morning, he ate a sandwich with cold cuts. For lunch, he sometimes had sausages or ham, and in the evening, he occasionally enjoyed a few slices of crispy bacon. What many people do not realize is that these processed meats are like ticking time bombs for the blood vessels in the aging brain. These foods contain high levels of nitrates and nitrites, which are common preservatives in deli meats, sausages, and smoked bacon. Once absorbed by the body, they can produce nitrosamine compounds that inflame the lining of blood vessels, thicken the blood, and promote clot formation. In older adults, where blood vessels are already fragile and circulation is slower, just one night of lying still can be enough for a clot to stick to a vessel wall and block blood flow to the brain. According to research published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, eating processed meats daily increases the risk of stroke by 18%. That is why, if there is one thing you should stop eating, start with those familiar slices of deli meat. Food number 2, hidden salt in packaged foods. When people think of salt, they often picture the shaker on the dining table. But the truth is, More than 70% of the salt you consume each day does not come from what you sprinkle by hand. It comes from packaged foods, sauces, canned goods, and ready-made meals. For those over 60, consuming hidden salt daily can silently raise blood pressure, even when there are no obvious symptoms. At the same time, blood vessels in the brain are gradually losing their elasticity with each passing day. The pressure from high blood pressure acts like fast-flowing water through a fragile pipe, making the tiny vessels in the brain more prone to microscopic tears. This creates the perfect condition for mini strokes to occur without the person even realizing it. Mrs. Deslinda, age 68, lives alone and has always believed she ate a low-salt diet. She rarely used salt when cooking. However, during her appointment, when we reviewed her daily meals, I discovered she often ate canned soup, instant dipping sauces, low-fat cheese, and bottled salad dressings. All of these items, when added together, pushed her sodium intake to double the recommended amount for older adults. Her MRI results showed multiple small brain lesions caused by silent mini strokes. Her face showed genuine surprise when she learned that even low-fat foods can be hiding salt. So how can we identify and reduce these hidden sources? Food number 3, sugary drinks, a cold soda, a convenient bottled tea, or even a glass of fruit juice in the morning. For many older adults, these are just small habits to add a bit of flavor to life. But if you are drinking these sweetened beverages every day, you should be careful. The sugar in these drinks can quickly thicken your blood, inflame blood vessels, and make it easier for clots to form. Unlike the natural sugar found in whole fruits, the sugar in sweetened drinks is absorbed extremely fast into the bloodstream, causing a sudden spike in insulin over time. This leads to insulin resistance, inflammation of the blood vessel lining, and damage to the brain's tiny capillaries. Mr. O, age 74, came in because he was speaking more slowly and sometimes confused his words. He did not smoke and still took daily walks. He believed he was living a healthy lifestyle. But after further questioning, he admitted to drinking 3 cans of root beer every day, a habit he had kept since his truck driving days. His lab results showed signs of prediabetes and high blood fat levels. An MRI of his brain revealed damage to small blood vessels. The doctor concluded that his long-standing habit of drinking sugary beverages had quietly worn down his brain's vascular system. If you are keeping a similar habit, even just 1 can per day, start replacing it with plain water, unsweetened tea, or light herbal infusions. You will notice a clear difference in just a few weeks. Food number 4, snack cakes and cookies. Many older adults like to keep a few packs of cookies or snack cakes nearby to enjoy when feeling hungry, sipping tea, or chatting with friends. These treats may seem harmless, but in reality, they are quietly damaging your memory and brain function each day. Most packaged cookies and snack cakes are loaded with simple sugars, refined flour, and trans fats. When consumed regularly, they increase inflammation in the brain's blood vessels and make the blood more prone to clotting, especially in the tiny capillaries that support memory and language areas. Diane, a 70-year-old retired teacher, came in because she often forgot familiar names and sometimes got lost while walking. She did not eat greasy foods and still cooked at home, but after carefully reviewing her diet, she shared that she frequently ate low-fat cookies, granola bars, or rice cakes every day, either in place of rice or as a treat after dinner. Her MRI results showed multiple small lesions in the brain caused by silent mini-strokes over many years. These little snacks, though they may feel light and comforting, could be the reason your brain slowly loses its ability to remember, stay oriented, and focus. If you have a similar snacking habit, Consider switching to healthier options like unsalted nuts, low sugar yogurt, or fresh fruit. Your brain will thank you every time you make the right choice. Habit number 5, eating late at night. Many older adults have a habit of eating dinner late, sometimes around 8 or 9 p.m., simply because they say they are not hungry yet. But very few people realize that eating too late can interfere with the brain's recovery process during sleep, especially after the age of 60, when you eat close to bedtime. Your digestive system is still active while your brain needs to rest. This causes blood flow to be diverted away from the brain, leading to lighter sleep and disrupting the brain's natural waste clearing processes. As a result, not only do you sleep poorly, but you also increase the risk of inflammation and tiny clot formation in the brain, especially if your dinner is high in starch or sugar. Mr. Harold, age 76, lives alone and has a habit of eating dinner at 9 p.m. Recently, he started waking up late, feeling confused, and even forgetting how to start his car. An MRI scan revealed multiple small lesions in his brain, a clear sign of silent strokes. Although he did not eat large meals, the timing of his meals did not allow the brain enough time to recover. If you regularly eat after 7 p.m., try adjusting your routine. A light dinner, eaten earlier, combined with quality sleep, may be the best tonic for your brain. Food number 6. Reused cooking oil and margarine. For many years, older adults have believed that margarine and vegetable oil are heart-healthy choices compared to animal fats. Some even maintain the habit of reusing cooking oil multiple times to save money, without knowing that these fats are quietly damaging the brain's blood vessels every single day. When cooking oil is reheated repeatedly, or when margarine contains trans fats, they produce powerful oxidized molecules. These compounds inflame the inner lining of blood vessels, reduce elasticity, and cause the vessel walls to harden, much like layers of concrete forming inside a pipe. Mrs. Helen, age 81, still lives independently in her small house on the outskirts of Iowa. She is proud of her cooking skills and often fries fish and potatoes using margarine or reused oil. Recently, she began mixing up her neighbors' names and repeating words during the conversations. Her MRI results showed scattered mini-strokes, not caused by high blood pressure or diabetes, but by hardened vessels and reduced oxygen flow to the brain. According to the American Heart Association, using just 1 tablespoon of margarine daily over a long period is enough to raise the risk of brain stroke in adults over 65. If you're still using old oil, margarine, or industrial butter substitutes, check the label immediately. Switching to extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, or cold-pressed coconut oil is a much safer choice for your brain. Habit number 7. Not drinking enough water. Many people think dehydration only happens during hot weather or after heavy activity. But in reality, older adults are very prone to chronic dehydration without even realizing it, because the feeling of thirst gradually fades with age. When your body does not get enough water, your blood becomes thicker, circulation slows down, and the risk of forming small clots in the brain's blood vessels increases, especially at night when natural circulation is already reduced. Mr. Franklin, age 78, came in because he often felt unsteady and noticed slight tremors in his right hand. He thought it was simply a part of aging, but after tests and an MRI scan, the doctor found signs of microvascular damage in his brain due to poor blood circulation. His daughter shared that he rarely drank water, did not like plain water, drank coffee all day, and sometimes had only 1 glass of water at dinner. His blood tests showed clear signs of thickening, a typical result of long-term dehydration. Do not wait until you feel thirsty to drink water, because by then, your brain is already under stress from a lack of oxygen. Make drinking water a daily habit. 6 to 8 glasses a day, spread evenly, can help your blood flow more smoothly and significantly reduce the risk of silent strokes. Your brain needs water, just like a tree needs sunlight to survive. Habit number 8, drinking too much coffee. Coffee has long been a familiar part of the morning routine for many older adults. A cup of coffee helps boost alertness, improve mood, and brings back memories of peaceful mornings by the window. But if you are drinking more than 2 cups a day, especially in the afternoon, it may be time to reconsider. The caffeine in coffee is a powerful stimulant for the central nervous system. It raises your heart rate, narrows blood vessels, and increases stress hormones. When consumed continuously, it can keep your body in a state of tension throughout the day. Mrs. Rita, age 69, is a retired nurse who drank 3 cups of coffee daily to stay alert. Lately, she had been experiencing mild headaches, difficulty focusing, and trouble sleeping. Her checkup revealed signs of poor blood circulation to the brain and fluctuating blood pressure. Combined with poor sleep, her brain was not getting the rest it needed to recover properly. Many people do not realize that caffeine reduces the quality of deep sleep. And when the brain is not allowed to rest, its tiny blood vessels do not get a chance to heal after a full day of activity. If you rely on coffee to stay awake, try cutting back gradually. 1 cup in the morning is enough. After that, let your brain rest properly with quality sleep instead of relying on temporary stimulation. Habit number 9, sweet breakfast. For many older adults, breakfast is a daily ritual. A bowl of cereal, a slice of toast with jam, a banana, and a glass of orange juice. It all sounds healthy, but very few people realize that this sweetness may be the starting point of daily blood vessel disruptions in the brain. When you eat a lot of sugar in the morning, your blood sugar spikes, and insulin is rapidly released to carry the sugar into your cells. If this happens repeatedly, the body gradually becomes insulin resistant, causing inflammation in the blood vessels and increasing the risk of blood clots. Mr. Robert, age 73, is a retired firefighter who lives with discipline and routine. His breakfast was always the same: whole grain cereal with raisins, a banana, a glass of orange juice, and a small muffin. It sounds clean, but upon closer review, the total sugar content of his breakfast reached 45 grams, the equivalent of 11 teaspoons. His tests revealed fluctuating blood sugar, signs of mild vascular inflammation, and MRI results showed micro damage in the memory area of his brain. Do not let breakfast become the worst time of day for your brain. Try switching to hard-boiled eggs, avocado, leafy greens, oatmeal with seeds, or low-sugar berries. Starting the day with a blood sugar stabilizing meal is the simplest way to keep blood flowing smoothly and your brain strong all day long. 4 food groups that protect blood vessels and memory. After age 60, after discussing which foods to avoid, it is just as important to know what to eat to nourish your brain, repair blood vessels, and maintain a sharp memory. The good news is that you do not need to search for rare or expensive items. By regularly adding these 4 food groups to your meals, your brain will receive the nutrients it needs to fight inflammation, prevent clotting, and slow down vascular aging. The first group is healthy fats rich in omega-3. Studies have shown that omega-3 can reduce inflammation, keep blood vessels flexible, and stabilize nerve signaling. You can find this nutrient in salmon, sardines, flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts. The second group includes leafy greens and dark-colored vegetables such as spinach, broccoli, beets, and carrots. These vegetables provide folate, potassium, and antioxidants that protect small blood vessels. The third group is low-sugar fruits like blueberries, strawberries, and apples. They help regulate blood sugar, lower the risk of insulin resistance, and prevent clot formation. And finally, the fourth group is clean protein and slow digesting carbohydrates such as eggs, beans, quinoa, and oats. These foods help the brain recover, stabilize energy, and nourish nerve cells. You can start today. It does not need to be complicated, it just needs to be consistent. We have just explored a series of daily eating habits that may seem harmless but are quietly affecting memory and brain health in people over the age of 60. From processed meats, hidden salt, sugary drinks, and snack foods, to afternoon coffee and late night dinners, all of these can promote inflammation, thickened blood, and the formation of clots in the brain. The danger is that you do not feel the effects right away, but over time, the brain begins to slow down, memory declines, sleep becomes lighter, and your ability to concentrate fades. The good news is, you do not need to change everything all at once. Just one small action, repeated daily, can be a meaningful step toward protecting your memory and long-term brain function. For example, skipping a snack before bed, drinking an extra glass of water in the morning, or swapping out a cold-cut sandwich for hard-boiled eggs and greens at breakfast. These small changes can lead to big results. You are never too old to improve your brain health, and it is never too late to start again with a better choice. If you found this content helpful, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with your loved ones, especially grandparents and parents, because it could help them live with greater clarity and well-being every day. Which of these habits are you dealing with right now? Share in the comments below. I will read each and every message from you and respond in the next video.